Max Fried did exactly what the Yankees paid him to do. And everybody wants to blame Aaron Boone. You're going to blame Aaron Boone for taking out Max Fried when he thought that Max Fried was done? There's no way Aaron Boone takes him out unless he asks Max Fried if he doesn't have one left in him. And Aaron Boone is one of those guys that is faithful to his players. Matchups do make sense. I'm sure upstairs they reached out to him and said, this is it for him. But it didn't look like Max Fried was upset that he was getting pulled out of the game. You want to blame Aaron Boone for that? How about blaming the players when they needed to get base runners? For all the fans out there taking shots at Aaron Boone that Jazz Chisholm didn't start, why don't you go and talk to Brian Cashman? Why don't you go and talk to the executives, the analytics? Because that's the only reason why Jazz Chisholm did not start the game. It wasn't Aaron Boone. I'm tired of people blaming this guy every single time something happens in a New York Yankee game.
I understand the frustration from a fan's perspective of like, what the hell, Cashman and Boone? When are we going to stop complaining about those guys that aren't playing? Let's do the things on the field. Get a big 2-out hit. There's so many times where it's like the first thing to do is let's blame Cash. When are we going to start saying like, Judge, you're the best player on the planet, along with Ohtani and a handful of others, because you're playing Major League Baseball, I understand that. But you can't hit 200. Hitting 200 gets you here. Winning a championship, nobody cares what Alex did before 09. He won a World Series with the New York Yankees. Judge, you got to do something. Stop blaming everybody else except the dudes that strap it on. You got to stop with the Cashman and whatever. Let's get a bunt down. Let's drive a guy over. Yeah, it's not sexy. It doesn't go in the scorebook, but you got a guy in scoring position with less than 2 outs for a guy to have a chance to score. This playoff baseball, PFPs, we've already seen an error by Rodon that almost cost them. Stop always putting it on management. Put it on the players.
And here's the problem with Aaron Boone. Max Fried, after the game, Errol, he did say that he could have kept going. That's how the Yankees are. They're conditioned not to argue about it because that's how it is. He had just gotten the first guy out in the 7th, and the 8 and 9 hitters were coming up. What do you mean that you need to take out your ace when he's pitching like that? He could have gotten those 2 guys out in a handful of pitches, and it would have still been under 110. I don't think that was a smart move. What's the worst that could have happened? The same thing that happened when they brought in Luke Weaver, who's been bad for over a month and a half. Why would you go to that guy? That's not the guy to go to. It's like when he was going to Devin Williams when he was terrible earlier this season. Go with the hot hand. There's plenty of evidence saying that something's up with Luke Weaver. He's not pitching well. Don't go to him anymore.
Was down too.
Don't put him in when it's a tight spot. These are kind of fireable offenses. As a manager,
oh,
if they
stop.
lose,
They're going to fire
without
him.
all that.
Stop.
Without all that,
Stop.
they lose both of these games when they were winning at home. I think they have to fire him.
No, not at
Someone's got to be a scapegoat.
No.
It's not going to
No.
be Cashman.
No.